It's the start of a 3-game cup run for Manchester United, started today at the Liberty Stadium against Swansea City for the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final. Following this, United will take on Brighton in the FA Cup and then return to Old Trafford for the second leg of the semi-final, competing in the other one, Stoke City and Arsenal, meaning that no matter who wins these semi-finals, the Capital One Cup will be an all-Premier League clash in the final. So Manchester United with a busy schedule. They return to Newcastle for the Barclays Premier League after the second leg at Swansea. Tonight's captain for United, Bastian Schweinsteiger, with Wayne Rooney still injured. Fabianski starts in goal with Rangel, Temiledu, Ahmet and Ashton Williams. Cork with Shelby, Barrow on one wing. And that went a bit too quickly, but I think Michu is up front tonight. This one's in any case. For United, it's David De Gea in goal with the regular back four that started last time out. Schweinsteiger, Blind, Young, Mata and Valencia are all changes, along with Martial starting up front by himself. Louis van Gaal trying to put out the strongest squad he possibly can, but also with the FA Cup match against Brighton in mind, you have to feel that Manchester United will play a bit of a more of a weaker side, you'd have to say. Brighton won't be the toughest opponents, at least on paper, but as we know, the magic of the FA Cup is that it can provide upsets, and we've already seen plenty in this season's one already. But Manchester United had to get the first leg of the Capital One Cup settled first, under the new format that was adopted a couple of years ago. The semi-final of the Capital One Cup is now 2 legs, and so just because you win the first one doesn't necessarily mean you'll progress. I think it's just a regular format. I don't think there's any such rules as the away goals rule that you have in the Champions League, which Manchester United will return to very soon for their tie against Benfica. They have that to contend with as well. And that has gone down in a real heap there, but he's earned the free kick. Luke Shaw standing over the ball to take it. It's not a bad one either. Picked up by Mata, in swinging cross to Bastian Schweinsteiger, captain tonight, with Wayne Rooney still on the injury list, along with Phil Jones. As Manchester United strike problems continue, really. They've had to bring back some the loanees of Will Keane and Adnan Januzaj early from their loans. Will Keane especially, considering he's a striker. Rumours are going round that Manchester United are inquiring about a loan for the Boca Junior striker Carlos Tevez. It's very unlikely that that will come to fruition, though. Shaw in swinging cross. And even Van Gaal said that was complete nonsense, because I don't think there's any way Tevez would come back after the stint at Manchester City he had. Tevez, his work rate is renowned, and with Manchester United's problems up front with the kind of low number of strikers, and even lower with Rooney's injury, having to rely on youngsters like Martial and Wilson and Will Keane up front. And don't forget, you recall James Wilson from his matchup at Brighton, who I believe are Manchester United's opponents in the FA Cup for the next match, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Ashley Young cut out by Rangel. Michu, AU. In came someone. Marcus Rojo didn't clear it. Here's Barrow, and he's wasted that, really. That's a poor decision. Well, transfer confirmed. Another loss for Spurs, following on from the shock transfer of Hugo Lloris to AC Milan. My apologies. Christian Eriksen has gone to Valencia for about 28 million, I think that was. So Tottenham's squad is diminishing here. I wonder what Pochettino's up to. I have to hope that for his sake, he's got some pretty good replacements in mind, because they are two huge players for Tottenham. So Pochettino might have something in the works, or he's any hopes of anything for Tottenham could be quickly diminished. I wouldn't say Tottenham needed the money. I mean, unless they're just gathering the money to start again next season. The January window is traditionally the toughest to get business done. Like I said in the Liverpool game, I don't particularly agree with the second transfer window. I don't think it's needed. Ashley Young penalised, I think. Well, it's the FA Cup next for Swansea as well. They will go to Craven Cottage to face Fulham. And with Manchester United now 5 points behind Liverpool in the Barclays Premier League, thanks to their most recent loss in that fixture against Liverpool at Anfield, in an absolute classic, Manchester United may be looking at the Cups as more of a serious matter than you'd think. It's been over 10 years, I believe, since Manchester United last won the FA Cup, Daily Blind. So they'll look at that with great importance. And there is confirmation of that matchup against Brighton at Old Trafford. And since James Wilson didn't play at Brighton in that competition, he won't be cup tied, so he will be available if Louis van Gaal wants to use him. I believe that's the case anyway. It's going to be a free kick to United. Another free kick taken by Luke Shaw, of all people. Didn't particularly do well at the first one. Actually, didn't do too badly, to be fair. Mr. Schweinsteiger is going to step over this one. Oh, that's not going to be far away either. Bit audacious, but not too far. Bastian Schweinsteiger, we know, can hit them. Well, if we remember the last Premier League encounter between these two, Swansea and Manchester United, will know that Aaron Henwood had his penalty saved by a fantastic save. I do believe Manchester United went on to win. And so Manchester United have seen Swansea a lot already in the past couple of months. So these two know all about each other by now. Marcus Rojo, that's a great clearance to Mata. Mata looked a beautiful ball to begin with, but Amat clears it out. Bastian Schweinsteiger, that's a foul. The referee has played on. Barrow for Swansea. Sigurdsson tries to bring it in. Cleared by Smalling. And as far as Van Gaal. Schweinsteiger, I think he was hoping for Blind to move forward. Darmid. I have to think Manchester United will be hoping that Rooney returns as soon as possible. Ashley Young with a cross. Although the strike force has not really looked like an issue for Manchester United, because a lot of other players have been scoring on the team. It was a 3-2 epic clash at Anfield, don't forget. Here's Mata. Martial. Great in and out there by Martial. He finds Mata again. And Williams finally clears it and gets it away. Mata almost got a second bite at it. That pass by Rojo. De Gea clears it out of his box. Danny Blind. Well, last season, haven't seen a lot of him, sadly. He's been used at centre back a lot. Half an hour gone. Score is 0-0. Of course, if you win the first leg, you are in the best position, but it doesn't necessarily mean you will qualify immediately. And you'll be in a very good position too. Smalling, I think that was, is giving it away to John Joe Shelby. So Alan Curtis is the current caretaker charge of Swansea City. He's going around that I think they're ready to appoint their newest manager, or have an assistant manager to assist Alan Curtis in the role. Swansea player through and through, apparently. So I can't think of a better person. A lot of people saying that maybe Ryan Giggs should take the Manchester United job after Van Gaal has finished his tenure. That's a good tackle from Ashley Williams. A select few Manchester United fans pointing at Mark Hughes possibly. Boy, would that be a very interesting appointment considering what Mark Hughes has done for Stoke City, which is nothing short of remarkable. It's definitely a possibility. It's Manchester United fans, or the board rather, are not a board that really sacks managers. Not on emergencies anyway. Van Gaal was definitely given more time than David Moyes was. Unfortunate really for David Moyes. Who has since been sacked from Real Sociedad as well. So he's unfortunately it's not all going well for David at the moment. Mata cuts in and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Well, yes, Mark Hughes would be a very interesting pick to succeed Louis van Gaal. They could pick worse. It's been a remarkable job, as we said, he's done at Stoke. And a lot of people pointing at Jose Mourinho as well. Very unlikely in my opinion. I don't think Mourinho would want to jeopardise his relationship with Chelsea's fans like that. I personally think it's not very likely at all. Two minutes of added time. It's not been the best first half, unfortunately. Of course, if Swansea can get a win here, and don't forget they've got to go back to Old Trafford as well, so if anything, Swansea need to win and then take the crowd out early at Old Trafford. Oh, it's hit the bar. And I think that might have been Michu. And the referee's pointing to the spot, is he? No, it's a foul against Michu. And Smalling's not particularly happy about that either. There's a clash of players between Smalling and Michu there. I think it was half of one and half a dozen of the other. Don't think it would have been very harsh to give the penalty. Well, not been the most entertaining of first halves here at the Liberty Stadium. It's been rather quiet, very few chances to speak of. We'll have to see if the tempo ups in the second half at the break. Swansea City are doing their part though. 0-0 against Manchester United. Welcome back to the Liberty Stadium. We're about to kick off the second half. Manchester United are about to do so. Score is 0-0. Wasn't the most entertaining of first halves, unfortunately. But Manchester United are actually looking most likely to score, although Swansea did have that chance come off the crossbar. Swansea doing well, but it'll be Manchester United that feel the most comfortable with the draw, considering they have got to go back home for the second leg. Here's AU. Following the second leg will be the Manchester St James's Park, back in the Barclays Premier League. And Manchester United lost ground to Liverpool. They are now down by 5 points, as we said. United may look at the cups as the most likely pieces of silverware now. Oh, it's wide by Sigurdsson. Swansea starting to find a hole or two, and that's not a bad effort either. I think David De Gea would have had that covered though. It may be regarded as the Mickey Mouse Cup, but Capital One Cup is still a trophy at the end of the day, and Manchester United want trophies back and fast. Mata, good save by Fabianski. Now in their third season since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson. Will they go another trophy this season? Manchester United wouldn't be used to this. The fans aren't. Young with the corner. Headed in by Martial, off the post and in. Anthony Martial, he does it again, doesn't he? It's another goal for Anthony Martial. What a season he's having. Absolutely remarkable. And Martial scores again, a bullet header past Fabianski, the Swansea City goalkeeper. Great corner from Young, but Martial, what a header. Clips the post on its way in. Unstoppable. Ashley Williams, nowhere near Martial here. Covers him well, but unfortunately, Martial puts it in the back of the net. And Manchester United have the lead and now in the driver's seat. They haven't qualified yet, but it's a good start. And that's Martial's first goal of the competition. 1-0. Rangel. Shelby to Cork. Here's Barrow. Rangel. It's a tussle. And I think it's going to be a corner. Anthony Martial. It's a fantastic header. And a great cross from Young as well from the corner. It's a great header and off the post. But Swansea now have a corner. Wrestling going on in the box there between Luke Shaw and Rangel, I think it is. Headed by Cork, straight at David De Gea. And someone's actually gone down to the box. A Manchester United player, I think, has fallen over. And David De Gea throws it out. Swansea will go to throw it back in. AU to Sigurdsson to AU again. It's Rangel. And with the cross, it's going to be straight to David De Gea. That was close. Mata finds Young with his header. Oh, Young is giving us defending the eyes. Martial is to his left. Ashley Young decides to use him. Would have been offside anyway, but it's a bad miss. I'm surprised Young didn't take it on himself. Martial is quite a bit offside there. In fact, I don't think that was Martial. I think it might have been someone else. In any case, it's a free kick to Swansea. As the striker was offside. Mojo heads it down to Blind. Valencia. Oh, Valencia rides the challenge. Brilliantly done. Valencia with the cross. And it's headed away for a corner by Amat. Oh, brilliant stuff from Antonio Valencia. And Manchester United go to take the corner. They score from this. Last time round. Here we go again. Young this time. And this time it's headed away by Sigurdsson. And Barrow's going to pick it up. Looks around. Oh, bad pass really. Smalling able to gather it. Lynn to Young. Valencia. And he thought Young was going to stop there, but he didn't. And the referee gives a Manchester United free kick. So Young was pulled. Bavatimi Gomez is going to come on for Michu. For Alan Curtis here. Good decision. Let's see if it pays off. As we played over an hour here. But there's a Manchester United free kick from Ashley Young to deal with. Here he comes. Oh, it's a beauty! Ashley Young makes it 2-0, an absolute peach. Well, Manchester United really getting good at their set pieces here, aren't they? Ashley Young, effortless. I think that even went through the wall. Let's take a look at this again. Fabianski completely beat it, convincingly here. Ashley Young has hit a few of those before. I can't really see from here. I think it might have gone through the wall. What caught Fabianski out? Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just over the wall. I don't think it even took a deflection. Ashley Young hits the most perfect set-piece free kick I think I've ever seen. Ashley Young makes it 2-0. That's his first goal of this competition as well. And Manchester United now have a commanding lead. And if they can keep a clean sheet here, they'll be in the driving seat, certainly. The second leg to the point where they don't even have to win. They can lose if they want. Swansea would now have to score 3 goals either now or in the second leg. No away goals, I don't think. Lind. That's it. Manchester United being comfortable now. You can tell the ascendancy. Daley Blind's going to try. I'm not sure what was going through Daley Blind's mind there, but it's worth a shot, I guess. But really, you don't want to waste chances to take an even bigger lead into the second leg. Daley Blind thought he'd be audacious about it. Certainly not the best decision he's ever made. Foul given against Gomes. Free kick to United. So he's going to take this free kick, just going to take it short. Schweinsteiger, so cool, calm and composed always, Bastian Schweinsteiger. Absolute miracle at Old Trafford he is. And people love him round there, they do. Great man and a great player, Bastian. I know I used the term miracle for Bastian Schweinsteiger, but he's such a big name. Imagine if Angel Di Maria had stayed at Old Trafford and they got Schweinsteiger, it would be the start of a super team for Manchester United. Well, Ashley Young, that was his second shot, and it was an absolute beauty. Just over the wall and in the gap that Fabianski had left there. Fantastically taken free kick. Memphis has already scored, I think, 1 or 2 against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace was one of them. That was a diamond from Ashley Young. 20 minutes to go. And Manchester United have a commanding lead here and are looking relatively comfortable, you have to say. Williams. But this does mean that Manchester United will have probably 1 or 2 games in hand over the teams around them in the Barclays Premier League. So there'll be plenty of time for them to catch up, despite the loss of a further 3 points to the leaders. Jonathan Smalling here. And once again, David De Gea has not had much to do in the Manchester United side of things tonight. That'll be out tackled by Williams. It's going to be a Swansea throw. And then Curtis is going to substitute Jonjo Shelvey for Ki Sung-young. While Swansea will take the throw in. Sure. The way Martial has come through in his first season with Manchester United, Manchester United might not need a marquee striker. It's very hard to get one these days. And with the likes of Benzema at Real Madrid, it's going to be very hard to pry him away from there. Ronaldo's name keeps popping up every single transfer window. Manchester United are involved in something. It's no surprise, but it's very unlikely that Ronaldo will ever return anytime soon. And the same with Gareth Bale as well. His name pops up a couple of times, but now with the ban on transfers from for Real Madrid, they're not allowed to buy anybody, as we probably mentioned in the first half. Real Madrid are banned from buying players in the next two transfer windows, which means David De Gea, at least for another season, will be staying on. And Manchester United fans are delighted with that news. It's crucial that United keep David De Gea. It's been the reason Manchester United are where they are. They may not be champions elect yet, but David De Gea is probably keeping it from being much worse in a sense. Young with the... Oh my goodness me, he scored a belter, 3-0. And here we go again. It's another rampant performance by United. And another rampant cup performance at that. Another 3 goals. And Ashley Young gets another. No Swansea City defender anywhere near him. Oh, that's a rocket from Young. That is so beautifully hit. Shots like that normally go over the bar, but Ashley Young, great control. And the swerve, oh, that's a beauty. Ashley Young makes it 3-0. And Manchester United, you have to think, have probably got 1 foot in the final already. And they'll be hoping, probably in some regard, that their opponents are not Stoke, because don't forget, Steve Sidwell scored an absolute rocket in Manchester United's match against Stoke, in which they lost. They followed that up at Chelsea with a 5-0 win. Eddie Blind. It's funny how football works, isn't it? Lose to Stoke and then funk Chelsea by 5-0. Funny old game. And Swansea players getting in each other's way. But the referee is pointing to the spot, apparently. And, wow. What's this for? Well, let's take a look and find out what this penalty decision is about. Because it looked like the Swansea players had gotten each other's way. So let's see here. What are we gonna see? I think it's gonna be handball given against Luke Shaw. Yes, it is. It's Luke Shaw. That's clear handball. And despite what I originally thought, as the 24 had got in the 22 players' way, he just avoided it. And Luke Shaw puts his hand to the ball, and it's a definite penalty kick. Here we go then. Swansea City, it'll probably be a glimmer of hope. Sigurdsson's going to take it. And it'll be a glimmer of hope for Swansea to take it to the second leg. Stutters. Oh, it's a poor penalty. A poor penalty, and David De Gea with the easiest save he'll make in his life. That is a poor penalty by Sigurdsson. David De Gea saw that all the way. But here comes Swansea again with Sigurdsson. AU! Oh! Absolute beauty from AU. And, well, I guess that's just how it works. It was a poor penalty for Sigurdsson, but AU with a stunning volley. Let's have a look at this again. Well, Manchester United, the header was not what AU intended, but this was a beauty. Nothing Marcus Rojo or David De Gea could do about that one. Oh, that's a belter. And AU made that all on his own. And Swansea, despite the poor penalty, score anyway. David De Gea, it's a poor throw to the throw-in line. And Andre Ayew has scored a goal for Swansea anyway. 4 minutes left to play. There'll still be 2 goals down going into the leg at Old Trafford, but it's a glimmer of hope at least. But what a goal from Andre Ayew. Headed down onto his own foot. And he hit it first time. It was an absolute screamer. David De Gea and Marcus Rojo couldn't do anything about that. Manchester United have conceded. Have they done all the work already? Here comes Swansea again with Williams. And all of a sudden, Swansea have woke up. And now it seems they want to give themselves a chance. Andre Ayew, this ball spins up in the air from his header. And David De Gea, I don't think was expecting him to shoot. But it's a beauty anyway. Consolation for Swansea and a glimmer of hope perhaps going into the second leg at Old Trafford. But the Old Trafford crowd will be right behind their team as they usually are. And it's going to be hard to silence. Great tackle from Blind. Now Valencia. 5 minutes. And I think it was Luke Shaw just run out of steam there. Sigurds into Williams. Gomez. Routledge. Good header away by Darmian. And the referee, you have to give him credit. It was well spotted, the handball from Luke Shaw, considering the two Swansea players looked to have gotten each other's way. The handball from Shaw was well spotted, and it's a deserved penalty. But Sigurdsson took it very poorly. And then David De Gea got rather unlucky, really. There's another corner. Swansea. Let's have a look at this tackle from Blind here. Is this the tackle he did earlier? Yes, it is. He gets the ball and he avoids the player. The player actually falls down as Blind, I think, unintentionally might have just tapped him a little bit. But the referee was fair and said no foul. Manchester United certainly deserved the win tonight. The second half performance was a lot better than the first. Ayew puts it wide, and there's the full-time whistle. Manchester United have the advantage going into the second leg with a 3 goals tonight. But it's a 2-goal lead though, as Andre Ayew scores a screamer after a poorly taken penalty from Sigurdsson. But Manchester United with 2 goals from Ashley Young and 1 from Mark Leao have the advantage and are in the driving seat going into their fortress at Old Trafford. And you have to think Manchester United are favourites to progress, but stranger things have happened. But tonight, Manchester United have the advantage. Swansea City 1, Manchester United 3.